Most sellers think getting top dollar comes down to timing the market, but to be honest, it usually comes from preparation. The sellers that walk away with the strongest offers usually make some very specific decisions before their home ever hits the market, and the sellers who don't usually sit on market, do price reductions, or are getting lowballed. The problem is most homeowners haven't sold in years, sometimes decades, so they're using strategies that used to work but fall short in today's market. In this video, I'm going to explain 4 things that most sellers don't understand about this market and how small decisions can completely change the outcome of your sale. Because pricing, prep, inspections, and staging all works together. And once you fully understand how buyers think in today's market, the whole process just starts to make a lot more sense. Most sellers think pricing high leaves room for negotiation, but it actually gives buyers a reason to scroll past. If you've been thinking about selling, you've probably already done the math in your head. You know what you want to walk away with, so your instinct tells you price high, leave some room, and fall somewhere in the middle. That's how it works when you go to buy a car or something on Facebook Marketplace, but it's just not how the real estate market works anymore. Buyers in today's market are trained. They know what homes are selling for, and they are expecting to pay over ask. Overpricing doesn't gain you leverage. It actually costs you eyes on the listing. Pricing strategically at or slightly below market is how you create traffic. When multiple buyers are looking at the property at the same time, something shifts. They stop trying to figure out how to negotiate down, and they start trying to figure out how to write an offer strong enough to win. It's not just about pricing low to sell high. It's about pricing smart to create competition. Because competition is what gets you the number that you actually wanted, and sometimes even more. When you bought your house, you got your own inspections. So when you go to sell, the buyers will get their inspections too, right? That assumption is costing sellers thousands. Today, most sellers are getting inspections done before going to market, and it completely changes the dynamic. Here's what happens when you skip pre-inspections. You list, you get offers, maybe several. You choose the best offer, and all the other buyers go away. And at that moment, you lose all your leverage. Now the buyers run their own inspections. Their inspector calls things out, and they come back asking for credits or repairs. And now you're stuck. Because if you say no and they cancel, you're going back to market with a house that looks like something's wrong with it. You won the offer, but lost the negotiations. What if buyers already knew the condition of your house before they made an offer? That's what pre-inspections do. So now when you get several offers and you choose the best one, the buyer won't come back and ask for credits and repairs later. And in some instances, when it's really competitive, buyers will remove their entire inspection contingency just to win. Pre-inspections don't just protect you from problems. They protect the leverage that you worked hard to create. No surprises, no renegotiating, no deal falling apart and going back to market. Not that long ago, you could list your house as is and get multiple offers in a week. But the market has shifted. Buyers are walking through homes with higher expectations. And when something doesn't feel right, they don't just overlook it. They use it to their advantage. So if you're thinking about skipping the prep work, maybe because you don't have the cash lying around or you think the right buyer will look past it, here's what actually happens to houses that hit the market that way. They sit. And once they've been sitting, buyers smell it. They come in with a low offer, not because the house isn't valuable, but because the market is telling them they have room to negotiate. An unprepared home doesn't just sell for less, but it invites the type of buyer looking for a deal, not the one who's excited to live there. And the excited buyer and the deal hunting buyer write 2 offers that are completely different. Better photos, more online traffic, quick, clean, strong offers from buyers who want the home, not a discount. Most sellers see staging as an expense, but the sellers who get top dollar see it as the reason why they got top dollar. When you think about staging, you're probably thinking about the invoice, so your instinct is to skip it, and buyers will see past it, right? More people lack vision than you think. Most buyers can't look at an unstaged room and see what it could be. They only see what it is. And if it doesn't move them, they move on. What if a buyer could feel at home the moment they walk in? That's what good staging does. It doesn't just make a house prettier, it makes a house into a home. More buyers through the door, more buyers emotionally connected to the home, and offers that reflect it. Staging doesn't just make the house look better, it makes buyers want it more. And buyers that want it more, pay more to get it. So if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video, it's that homes that sell for top dollar don't get there by accident. It comes from pricing, strategy, creating leverage, and prepping the home the right way before it ever hits the market. So if you want to maximize the sale of your house before it ever hits the market, click the link in the description for a full seller prep guide. And for more real estate insight and content, make sure you follow me on Instagram and subscribe.